Welcome to a brand new video on my channel, and in this video I'm gonna tier list all the ARK Survival Evolved maps from worst to best. I'm doing this because ARK 2 is right around the corner. I hope so, because you never know with wildcard. We have the island, Scorched Earth, Lost Island, we have them all, and we're gonna tier list all the maps in this video. Let's just get right into the first one. First one we're gonna do is, of course, the island. The island is a classic map. You can't do the island dirty. I think best spot for the island is like B or A. To be honest, I'm leaning more to B, but it's hard, man. It's hard. Because it is the first map, and it is the map where all your memories are from. So I think I'm gonna go with A, because it's just, the atmosphere is just awesome, man. Nice classic map. You can always hop onto the map and just have a good time. I think all the maps are pretty good. None of the maps are bad. Is Scorched Earth. Scorched Earth is a pretty interesting map because a lot of creatures on the map Scorched Earth are in other maps. But I think the atmosphere in Scorched Earth is pretty good and pretty one of a kind. I'm a little bit biased because I love Scorched Earth, so I'm gonna put it in S tier, I think. I just love the map. I just like to roleplay in the map. I just like to play some PvE with some friends on this map. I love Scorched Earth. It's one of my favorite maps of all time. Now let's go to the center. The center is a pretty good map. I think it's either B or A. I think I'll go with B because the map isn't really interesting after all these years. The only saving grace for this map are the red holes if you play PvP. Then we go to the map Ragnarok. I think Ragnarok is a really based map. I think it's overrated, and I think I overplayed this map too much. Either A or B, yeah, it can get E, but a lot of people will say S. I think it's close to S. But I think Ragnarok is worse than the island, and it's a little bit better than the center, so that's why I put it in A tier. Next map is Aberration, and I absolutely love Aberration. I think it's the best map in ARK Survival Evolved. Aberration is just the best. The atmosphere, the ambience is just so good, man. All the creatures on the map, it's just one of a kind. The radiation system, the good leveling system, the layers like the blue area, red area and the green area, it's just so good, man. I love to play PvP and PvE, especially PvE, because this map is just so good and so nice to play. I just can't get over it how good this map is. So S tier for Scorched Earth and Aberration. What I've just said, yeah, I'm a little bit biased for these two because I just love them. And the period where Scorched Earth and Aberration were out was like the prime of ARK Survival Evolved. So let's go to Valguero. Valguero is an underrated map, I think. Though I think it's a B tier. I always get bored of the map. It looks so nice, but I don't know what it is. It just... something about it says to me you don't want to play it too long, and I don't know what it is. Ragnarok is a more beginner friendly map, and you can play just with all the friends, have fun. But Valguero is a little bit complicated. I love the knowledges on the map, I love the calc hills, a little bit lackluster, but it's for sure underrated. I think there's a good place, maybe above the center. Two are kind of the same. Okay, let's go to Extinction. I'm not the biggest fan of Extinction. The only reason why I played Extinction is because just PvP. S tier isn't really a good place. A tier, I think it's a B tier. I think a lot of people put it in A or S. I don't know, I don't really like Extinction. It's not really my kind of map. I put it above Valguero and the center because it's just a DLC. You have a lot of cool creatures in them. I just like Aberration and Scorched Earth as DLC way more than Extinction. Extinction is not for me, man. I just don't like the wasteland. I think it's wasted opportunity for a lot of cool things in the map. A lot of glitches, and not really my cup of tea. But the map isn't bad at all, but it's just not as good as all the other maps. Go to Crystal Elves. Also not really the biggest fan of Crystal Elves either. I will say I like the Crystal Wyvern. I think they are just a really good addition to ARK Survival Evolved. A or B? Nah, not C. C is too low. I think it's a B tier map. I'm gonna put it above Valguero. I think it's better than Valguero, but it's just too big. I don't like the size of the map. It's just not compact at all, and I like little compact maps more, I think. That's why I love Scorched Earth so much. No, Crystal Elves is just also not my cup of tea, but as I just said, none of the maps are bad. Some of the maps are just better in my opinion. Take this with a little bit of salt. Let's go to the next one, and the next one is gonna be I kind of like Genesis. I think it's an A tier map. Genesis is just, all the biomes are so unique. I like the bog biome, the atmosphere is very good. The magma biome is also interesting. The ocean biome is just beautiful. You can't get over that. The creatures are also really good, like the Bloodstalkers, the Magmasaur. I think Ark Genesis is the most underrated DLC of all of them. With Scorcher. Scorcher is also really underrated, but the only thing I don't like on Genesis is the teleporting system. Let's go to a Lost Island now. A Lost Island is a interesting map. I like the creatures. The Cinema Crops is fun in my opinion. The A. I will say it's as either C or B. I think C, because all the jungle. I don't like the jungles at all. The jungle is pretty nice, but I'm just not the biggest jungle person, if you ask me. I didn't play this map as much, because Fjordur came right after this map. And Fjordur was, in my opinion, better than Lost Island. But nevertheless, the Lost Island had some pretty nice places to go and pretty nice building spots. I'm not the biggest fan of Lost Island, but it is a decent map. Let's go to Genesis Part 2. And Genesis Part 2 is straight up B. I don't like Genesis Part. I don't like it. I think it's bad. The only reason why I put it like in B and not a C or D is just all the creatures. I like the creatures. The Meowing is one of my favorite creatures ever. I like the Shadowmane too. I think the taming method is pretty tedious, but I like it. B tier for Genesis Part 2. I just don't really like the fact that you spawn in with tech suits. I think that's just a horrible idea. I don't know who've come up with that, but I don't like that. Part 1 is by far better than Part 2, but that's just my opinion. You can hate me in the comments. This is just my opinion. So let's go to Fjordur, the last map. And I think Fjordur was a banger. I think Fjordur was a good map to end off the season. Fjordur has all of the maps inside of this map. So you have the aberrations on, you have the Genesis creatures, you can teleport. It's all in there and it's just almost perfect map. I would say it's here and this is like this. I think it's almost S tier, but the only reason why I didn't put it in S tier is because I just didn't have the memories on this map and I just need to play it a little bit more. But it's the top of A. Okay, you can debate on that, but I think this is the correct tier list. If you're not agreeing with the tier list, let me know in the comments. Don't hate me on this, please. Just my opinion, and if you have other opinions, make sure you leave a like and leave a follow on my channel, and there will come other videos, so stay tuned for that. Later.